the Indiana Fever defeated the Atlanta Dream in Game 3, securing their first-round series and advancing to the semifinals. There are several key points to break down from this victory, including the ongoing question of whether Caitlin Clark might return to play. Opinions differ and reports have been mixed, so I did some digging to find clarity, which I'll explain in this video. Before that, this was an outstanding win. The Fever entered as underdogs, and the way they closed it out made it special. Being down by 5 with just 2 minutes remaining usually means the opponent seals the deal. At that point, the Dream had an 84% chance of winning. Yet the Fever showed resilience and composure, refusing to fold. Considering all the setbacks this season, losing Caitlin, Sophie, Sydney, Aerie, and Chloe, finishing as a top 4 team and advancing past round 1 is an incredible achievement. The emotional reactions after the game made it clear how much it meant to them. Although fans have been critical of Stephanie White throughout the season, particularly regarding her handling of Caitlin Clark, she deserves recognition for keeping the group focused and adapting through constant roster changes. The team's progress speaks for itself. Kelsey Mitchell's post-game remarks also shed light on the strong leadership and unity within the locker room.
White has done a good job of talking about how much you guys mean to her. What does she mean to you? Maybe you as well.
Oh man, I've had 5 coaches in 8 years. I've been on the worst record teams here in Indiana Fever, so I know where my career started at. I know what I've kind of had to go through to kind of be in this position. I've never had a coach that poured into me respectfully like Steph has. I go where I'm valued, and I've never really felt that as a pro. And so for the first time in my career, I really feel like I have someone that values what I bring to the table as a player and a person. Not just a player, but as a person. So I always love Steph because she gave me an opportunity to kind of be who I am. And it's hard to do that and be that as a professional athlete. And when you find coaches that believe in you, I'll never take it for granted. So
looking ahead, despite the frustrations this season and a few situations we wish had gone differently, there have been standout performances and the locker room appears strong and united. With Caitlin returning next season, it's hard not to see this group as a true contender. After the game, a few moments stood out that the rest of the league could learn from. To start, the Fever's social media team quickly responded to ESPN analysts who had predicted their loss. That's how it works in sports. You prove it on the court and respond when necessary. There was also the situation with Alicia Gray, who had a fan removed after some light heckling. In contrast, the Fever showed how to handle those moments with composure. After being booed even in victory, their reaction was professional, simply moving forward and letting the result speak for itself. That approach has been widely praised, and it highlights the difference between letting criticism distract you versus embracing the reality that competition always brings reactions from fans.
Caitlin Clark showing you guys how to interact with the fans. You don't pull a Kalia Copper and go to the post-game podium and complain about fans booing. It's a part of the game. Caitlin Clark didn't pull an Angel Reese and get a whole fake racism investigation started because opposing fans are booing you. This is stardom. This is how you handle booing fans. You don't go get a fake investigation started because you can't handle people booing.
Now, shifting the focus back to Caitlin Clark, many fans are asking if a return is possible now that the Fever have advanced. After seeing clips of her practicing in Atlanta and even moving actively on the sideline, it certainly looks physically possible. According to Scott Agnes, the issue is no longer the groin but the ankle. He has been consistent in reporting this, and while some people may doubt, he remains one of the most reliable sources close to the team. Whether you agree with his opinions or not, he rarely shares anything that hasn't been cleared through the organization. That makes this encouraging news, because if the groin is no longer limiting her, then she should be ready to come back fully healthy by the start of next season at the latest. With her in the lineup, there's no reason to think the Fever can't reach the finals, especially considering they've already beaten the Aces twice this year.
Scott Agnes, it's the groin. It's not the groin, it's the ankle. It's not the groin, it's the ankle. People saying stop lying, man. Scott Agnes is the one person that's been legit. He's the one person, regardless of what you've said, he's what you think about him. He is the closest thing to an.
You actually just referenced it twice. It is Indiana. Dropped 2 of the 3 games to them this year, but you haven't seen them since late July. What excites you about that matchup?
That they haven't seen the real Aces yet. They caught us when we were a bit in turmoil. Not only that, they whooped us.
Becky Hammon has said the Fever haven't faced the best version of the Aces yet, but it's the playoffs, and anything is possible. We've seen lower seeds win championships across sports. If Indiana reached the finals, it could have given Caitlin enough time to build herself back up. That would have drawn comparisons to Michael Jordan's second year, when he missed most of the season with a foot injury but came back in the playoffs to drop 63 points on the Celtics in 1986. Caitlin has already proven she can bounce back and shine under pressure. Just look at her 9 points in 38 seconds against the Liberty, hitting threes from deep like it was nothing. From a league perspective, her return would be huge. Ratings have dipped, and with Caitlin on the floor, viewership would soar. We're talking about millions tuning in, which matters when discussions about improving player pay are on the table. Still, reality has set in. The Fever officially ruled her out for the playoffs. Once removed from the roster, she cannot be added back, no matter how far the team goes. There's no chance of a last-minute comeback. Why did they decide this? Maybe they didn't expect to make such a deep run. Whatever the case, they've locked in the decision, and Caitlin won't play again this season. It's disappointing because star players often push through in the postseason, and many believe she could have contributed. But fans can still take pride in how far the Fever have come without her. It shows their heart, and it sets up an exciting future. With Caitlin healthy, this team could chase a title next season. And who knows, with her black sneakers, the lucky corgi, and the spirit they've shown, maybe the Fever Cinderella story is just beginning. If you're still watching, drop a W in the comments. You're the real MVP for sticking around. Thanks for tuning in.